Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Oh, hold up. We got audio going on to the TV right now. Give me a second.
Uh-oh. No
I didn't think
echoes.
of that. Output, not living room television. Wait, what the fuck?
Uh-oh. Off the rails already.
Off the rails. I also had the stream on YouTube, so I was hearing myself like 5 seconds later, which really threw me off.
It's a good recipe.
Anyways,
Yeah.
welcome back, everybody, to the show, the Those Fantasy Dudes podcast. I'm your host, Jonathan. That's the cat. He's filling in for Jake this week, and that's Tyler.
Hey, hello. I'm not a cat. I'm a person.
He's a person. Jake will be the cat. Whenever we refer to Jake, it will be like,
Huh? It's so much louder than us.
huh? I love it. I was so late to that meme as I am with most memes, but it hits every time. It's just
better late
so
than never.
funny.
It's really good.
It's so good, and the cat's so massively overweight that it just helps make it even funnier.
It does.
Huh? I should eat less food?
Oh.
Probably. Dude, it took me 28 years to realize that I was overfeeding my cats my whole life.
Oops.
I never thought to read the bag of like any of the food. I'm just like, this is probably good. Never thought to do that.
Just leave it out. Just always full.
Didn't think portion control mattered for animals, but here we are. So
it turns out it does.
If your animal is morbidly obese, read the bag. That's my advice.
Try feeding them less. That's the key.
Less is more. They don't need 2,500 calories like you and I. We are human beings.
2,500. I thought you were supposed to eat like 6,500.
Is that what you thought?
Overweight?
Are you Michael Phelps?
For 27 years, I've thought that the daily caloric intake's 10,000 calories, John.
That was because of the Michael Phelps diet SNL skit back in like 2008, and I was like, oh, so that's what I have to do?
Yeah, you just have to eat like way too much food that you make yourself sick, and then you get really strong.
Then you'll have the wingspan of a falcon in Michael Phelps.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, you'll be able to fly if you just eat 10,000 calories a day.
And then I'd die of a heart attack immediately.
Probably at 30. Yeah. You know what? If I make it past 30, I'll be pretty happy with myself considering my intake of Chipotle and Dunkin' Donuts every day.
Hey, 2 food groups.
Yeah, slowly killing myself. Anyways, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, John. We got Tyler here. Jake is taking the week off. He actually said, I can't do it Tuesday. I can't do it Wednesday. Turns out me and Tyler are so busy, we have to do it Thursday. And he was like, I already agreed that I was going to hang out with Allie tonight, and she'll probably call off our engagement if I do the show. So
that's what I heard. Yep.
Yeah. Understandable, Jake. We'll let this one slide, but just so you know, we're going to give you the worst survival football option possible.
And like me last year, when I missed the podcast once or twice for work-related reasons, I will add, you guys attempted to give me the worst survival football team and ended up causing some massive upsets. I wish I could remember, but it was like something along the lines of like Giants upsetting like the Chiefs or something. It was like something outrageous.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. If we could go back and check it out, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think that happened on multiple occasions because like I missed a show, Jake missed a show. It always turns out where like you end up being the idiot for trying to give him the worst possible matchup. And to be honest, that with how this season has gone, that's probably exactly what's going to happen. But
we'll try and do it again. Let's do it.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, if you have first time joining the show, check us out on Instagram, on TikTok at Those Fantasy Dudes. Fantasy Dudes Pod is our handle on X. Tyler's been answering those start-sit decisions, and those are not easy this season. I've been struggling to pick the right ones.
Not easy at all. We try to have fun on there, try to keep it informative, try and retweet some good fun stuff as well. So definitely check us out over on X.
Absolutely. Get us to, I don't know how many followers we have now, but get us to triple digits.
To more than the followers we have now. That's the goal.
More, please. And get us to 100 on YouTube as well, which if you're listening, you can check us out on YouTube. Type in Those Fantasy Dudes podcast, and you will be able to find us. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you never miss a live or an episode after the live. We really like doing the lives. It's really fun. You can send questions live, and we will answer them. I don't care what it says. I will read it live, even if it cancels me.
Yeah, and then that's just John. I'm not in any way or shape or form affiliated with
Tyler
his
endorses that
responses.
question as well, and Jake.
Huh?
Thanks, Jake. Thanks for chiming in there.
Me after John replies to horrible, horrible things. Huh?
Anyways, yeah. Check us out on the various podcast platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Audio Radio, Stitcher, CastBox, Reason Radio, Public Breaker, Pocket Cast, Bullhorn, Caster, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, Podbean, Podcast Guru, Podcast Republic, Podverse, and Spotify for podcasters is our host platform.
Very nice. Good recovery.
Damn.
Good recovery on that. Very good.
Sometimes, you know what? I remember one time back in like 2006, somebody messed up the beginning of a song in American Idol and they restarted and the judges commended them for it. Okay?
Wow.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. You can recover. Just admit your mistakes and you're going to be okay.
Be stronger for it. Move on.
Come week 10 of the fantasy football season, you might not be able to recover, but we're going to keep trying since it's week 8, which is crazy to say.
Yeah. We'll get to that with my league of record team because that's I'm trying to recover and start over right now. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Not hope.
It's been bad. It's been really bad.
It's tough.
Jesus, man. If I had to compare my my fantasy football season in most of my leagues, I would compare it to like mass genocide.
I'm in no way, shape, or form affiliated with anything.
It's been horrible. It's been trial by fire, firing squad. Maybe me pulling the trigger in some circumstances, but whether players have been hurt, whether I've just made poor decisions, it's just been overall really bad. So I think Tyler is kind of in a similar situation in most leagues.
This year we've seen more injuries than we did with the COVID postseason.
It's wild
because of like lack of like training camp activities, all that jazz. But this year has been unbelievable, and especially marquee player injuries has just been like historic, I think. So
dude,
between that and teams shifting how their offenses work and all these moving parts, man, it's been nuts.
You can't pass the ball anymore.
You can't. Like passing is down, quarterbacks are down like crazy.
Tight ends suck.
Tight ends are a wasteland. There's no clear front runners. I mean, we've seen the emergence of like really truly elite defenses too. And I know it sounds crazy because there's elite defenses every year, but just shut down defenses, man. That like don't allow more than like 100 yards of offense in a game, depending on the team. It's been unbelievable. So you've got to make your picks just as smart as you possibly can. You miss even a little bit, and you miss by a mile, and you're cooked.
Yeah, it's been bad. I've been trying to save myself with some parlays, and I got to tell you, I've come pretty damn close to making a lot of my money back. But we continue to be in the red. I think we should do the math at some point to see how far in the red I am. And I don't care about the money. It's truly like I just want to beat the living hell out of you guys. Like physically and also in fantasy football, depending on the day.
Yeah, depending.
That's mostly Jake.
Yeah, Jake. Understandable. You can't be mad at me. Come on, I'm too friendly. That's part of my charm. That's part of my evil plan too.
You're such a handsome I know, and that's part of the fucking problem, Tyler. Is that in that? See, look at that. Damn it. Fuck. I want to hate you, but then I look at your lineup in Dynasty, and yes, it's gone a little poorly this season for you, but I still fucking frustrates the hell out of me. But yeah. I don't know. Fantasy's tough. If you made it this far, and you have a winning record, I commend you. That's impressive, and I
God bless you.
That even you should be able to admit that there's a lot of luck involved. Please, because
even me,
I can tell you for anybody who has a winning
record.
You're
just mean in general. Okay, I got you.
In general, there's a lot. Like there's an incredible amount of luck in terms of the matchups. So do not give up. Don't feel grim at this point in the season. It's okay. you know what? Even if you go in thinking you are the best fantasy football analyst, you will get the very first week of survival football incorrect, and all your players get hurt, and everything's out the window. So
the trick is
brutal.
Prepared to be humbled immediately, because that is what will happen. Every
what
time.
I used to fucking say is like, if I'm right 51% of the time, if I'm right 21% of the time, I think that's a win this year. Truly.
Yeah, you might be right.
It's not a fucking shit show.
20%, man. Whew. I would
Yeah.
take that. I would take that all day. Oh, it's just
Seriously,
been
holy
nuts.
fuck. Whatever. I could go on to like this forever, but why don't we get into our favorite segment to do on the show? And it's not going to have the same ring to it this week because we don't have Jakelers here.
I know, it's upsetting.
And, I still want you to be yourself. Don't feel like you have to replace, what he brings to this segment. But
I'm going
it is
to.
going to be.
I feel obligated.
Okay.
So
all right. It's going to be a little different. It's actually going to be a fun little game this week.
Oh,
I don't have a prefabricated speech. But we're going to make this a fun, interactive.
You go off the dome every week.
You're right. I do. You're
prefabricate. What are you talking about?
No one can see my screen. I'm not sharing my screen during the Brittany Mahomes update. Well, I am, but it's not my script.
There's no screens.
Yeah, this is live, and we're in person. Yeah. There's no cameras. There's no microphones.
No.
Somehow you're just seeing this. What are you talking about?
It's pure magic, John. How could this be scripted?
We are those magician dudes. You're Penn. I'm Teller. Anyway. Or am I Teller? Who's? No, I'm probably Penn.
Gun to my head, can't remember which one's which. Got to be honest.
Teller is definitely the quiet one.
I think it's ironic because Teller doesn't say anything. He doesn't tell. I think.
Maybe that's the joke.
Oh, I can't remember though.
You get any new Funko Pops lately? Since Jake's not here to be pissed off about it.
Oh, here we go. This is a banger. I'll put this out on the airwaves for everybody to enjoy.
Okay.
Toon Meowskulls from Fortnite. Not quite that new.
Let's fucking go.
Instant classic. You gotta love it.
No one's still on brand. Do you also have Omni-Man on your desk?
Of course I do. Always.
Yeah.
Hot thing lately has been Despicable Me 4 Minion blind boxes. Here's one of the super minions.
It's
like stretchy.
Oh my
Kevin. God. We've got here we go.
For blind boxes?
Yeah, here's Despicable Me 3 Taurus Jerry. He looks
Jerry, wow.
very concerned.
What's your plan? What's your plan with these items later on in life? Like, you're holding them now for a future endeavor, or like, what is the plan?
I think the plan is to hold them as long and as inconvenient as possible, so that future generations have to feel bad about throwing it away eventually.
Do you think that your family will fill your coffin with them?
That is my hope and desire, but
maybe
also I will have so many Despicable Me and Minion knickknacks that it will be impossible to fill a coffin. They'll have to
get a separate plot next to you to just fill with more Funko Pops
to bury all my Minion shit.
They'll put another coffin on top of yours to weigh you down, so they never find your body 1,000 years from now.
Here lies Tyler. Here lies his minions.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's talk about Brittany Mahomes.
Brittany Mahomes update. Brittany Mahomes update.
Huh? Jake, stop it, okay? Seriously?
Jake, oh my gosh. It's just Brittany Mahomes. Chill out, buddy.
Tyler will restore them in his father's attic or garage.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I'm thinking I was thinking long term, like when Tyler's like 85, like what are these things doing? Are they still around the house? Or is he paying a monthly rate for like a storage unit or in a landfill? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll be one of those crazy people that they feature on TLC. The lady, her whole house is like all pink items. Every single thing is. It'll be like me with minions. It'll just be every minion, everything, every square inch.
Like a CBS Sunday morning, featurette on this fucking crazy dude.
I'll be on the Today Show.
Shit everywhere. Yeah, Al Roker's like 150, and he's like, "Damn, this is crazy, man."
He's at my house. He's like, "We're genuinely concerned for you."
He's getting dragged around your fucking mansion.
Yeah,
all right,
it'll be perfect.
Anyways, Brittany Mahomes, guys, she's always up to a whole lot. She's got endorsements. She's obviously a self-made woman. And she does a lot of stuff for the community and for her followers especially. So I thought it would be fun this week to do a little game. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to look at Brittany's outfit. She's been doing this kind of I think there's a social media platform. It's called LTK, and essentially this is a place where like a celebrity or an influencer can post a picture, post links to every little piece of their outfit, whether it's their phone case, their shoes, their belt, fucking whatever it is, and it's a link to the website to buy it. So I thought we could take a look at one of Brittany's outfits and try to give a figure of what we think it costs. Whoever comes closer wins, and whoever the loser is gets water in their face at the end of the year.
Okay, I love it. Price is Right rules. Is that what we're doing? Closest without going over?
Yes, without going over. Without going over, absolutely. Okay. I will say I already did. I looked at this outfit and I was like, what is this? So I had to like figure it out. The shoes she's wearing, for reference, we're not actually going to do this one out of fairness, but these shoes are $2,700.
Those are Chanel, yeah?
Yeah, leather flats on sale. They are on sale for $5 off. $6, sorry.
That's a good deal.
So,
can you send me that link after the show?
No
$6
problem.
off. That's pretty good. All right.
Yeah, $2,700. So I figure let's agree on a possible outfit to choose from here.
Okay.
She started to do this like every so often. I think she
posts so it's like any of these, huh?
Any pictures, like it's on here, and you can buy her outfit.
Okay. Let's say what's that Abercrombie? We talked about that last week. That sweater. It's like
I feel like should we do a different one though? Because like
maybe for the all red leather is kind of crazy.
I feel like we should do one with like a lot of like. What about this one? This one has a lot of stuff.
Oh, it's got the kids stuff in it. What? Okay, this is a good one.
Okay, so oh god, man, this is gonna be crazy. All right, someone's gotta pull out a fucking calculator because this is like wild. There's a lot of items. I'm
good at this stuff. I'll just
Sterling's fucking like puffy ankle coverings. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, that's kind of bizarre. Not gonna lie, that should be almost a non-factor considering the price of the rest of this stuff.
Dude, they're probably like $500. All right. Anyways, so if you're listening, I'm so sorry, but I would go to YouTube for this segment or just skip past here. But there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4, 16 items that we have to like factor in here.
Dress, necklace, shoes. There are multiple pairs of shoes though. Sunglasses, small Pat Mahomes jersey, small Nike Pandas, Panda Dunks. Oh, there's 2 different dresses here. Looks like, I don't know if that's Chrome. It's not Chrome Hearts. The jewelry is throwing me off, bro.
I have a calculator. I'm going to look at each item on here and just add up like a number, and I'll give you my figure at the end. I don't know. I feel like it would be beneficial for you to do the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, that's like a fucking Dolce or a Chanel. Looks like the necklace. Dude, that's got to be like, come on. That's got to be $30K at least.
$30K. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let you do yours. Go through your process, and then I'm gonna say my figure here.
Okay.
The jewelry is that's the oddball, man. That's tough.
It's like we could be so far off.
You could be in the next stratosphere with jewelry. Or you could be
because it looks like there's 2 links to her shirt and the jacket.
Yeah, that part I'm not 100% on. I still think the jewelry is just gonna make it all irrelevant.
Yeah, honestly, you're probably right because I have no idea what fucking gold costs. I'm not
that'll be a wash. Yeah, gold is like I think like 1,800 an ounce or something like that.
All right, I'm gonna go another.
Is that cheating? Gold ounce price? I'm just curious.
I would say probably, but I don't give a fuck.
I am extremely off. It's 2,700 an ounce. All right. How do you feel? You feel like you got a number here?
I'm close. Give me a second.
Okay. I don't really have a method to this. I'm just kind of thinking.
All right, I got a number. It's just the first numbers that came to my head. Does anyone want to leave a comment on what they think this costs? Jimmy says 132K.
Whoo!
Okay.
That would be nuts. We
also actually have to do the math here. I still haven't done the math to see what it actually costs.
Oh, I suppose that's true, huh? All right, John, what's your guess?
So my math came out to $86,600.
I think you guys are shooting way high. I'm gonna say like 10,500.
Oh,
because I don't know on the jewelry. I really don't know.
Okay, Tyler's going 10,500. All right, so let's see what the dress alone, and we'll know pretty quickly if you're wrong.
Yeah, we will.
Okay,
we'll know very quickly.
The dress alone is $4,000.
I'm fucked, dude. There's no way.
All right, so 4,000 for the dress. Let's see what I think we'll know right away because this is going to be like $20,000 at least.
And it's got to be a big ticket.
Oh, not working here.
She just wears Chanel everything.
Okay. Well,
we got to find a comp. We got to find a comp on the necklace. I'll look.
Well, yeah, why is it not working? The shoes here. The shoes are $1,200. Okay, so that's already $5,000. Let's see what the glasses cost. $325. All right, I thought they were $600. So that's what, 6,300?
Yep, something like that.
6,300. I'm guessing these I'm not even gonna click on. What's this? Wow. Okay, only 1,300 for the necklace. So that's I mean, I'm way off. I'm waiting for one of these to cost like 30 grand. So
yeah, me too.
So we're at like 7,000. Oh, Tyler, you might have this, dude. What the fuck? So her links don't even work, which doesn't help the situation.
That does not help.
Chanel gold bracelet, like what does that cost? Tyler, look up Chanel gold bracelet. What does that cost?
Yeah, gold bracelet. Trying to find one that's
Sterling shoes don't work. Okay.
Similar to that.
These shoes don't work. So the links suck.
Chanel. Here's one that's very similar. 1,750. It's not the exact one.
1,750.
Yep, 1,750.
All right, I can see it. I think you win. What's the jacket? The jacket? $400. Wow. All right, so Jimmy and I were off by $20. Tens of thousands of dollars. I thought surely I would win that. That's crazy. Okay. Damn. Well,
resident fashionista.
Tyler? So, Tyler,
you know it, dude.
He took the under, man. He took the under. Sometimes
I did take the under.
I think it's at least 10,000. So you might be right on the money. If we did more research here live on the show, you might be very, very close.
Might be close.
Damn. Okay. That was fun. And if you like that, let us know and maybe we'll do it again. Wow, less than my outfit, Jimmy said. Damn, that's crazy. Can you leave in the comments what you're wearing right now? Be honest.
Yeah.
Be honest. I want to know.
Your outfit those where it's like copy their fit and it's like SpongeBob, and then they've got like, you know, Ralph Lauren like polo shirt and like all this stuff, and then it'll be like you know, like diamond women's underwear, and it's like $84,000.
Yeah, dude, it's
just these little toss-ins. It's great. It's good stuff.
I feel like I would have won if we did like this one. I don't know. Oh, but she's also not wearing any jewelry. Like her iPhone case in this one is $72, which I don't know. That's pretty.
She wears a lot of Chanel, which is kind of interesting. I'm not hating on Coco Chanel. It's just like I feel like if you're an NFL wife, I feel like there's a lot of Louis, the big Louis Vuitton presence. I don't know.
You know, I think she's a big shoe girl. It looks like that's where she spends her money because, like, the turtleneck, $200. Like, honestly,
you get a lot more mileage. You get a lot more mileage out of shoes. I gotta say, you can use them with different outfits. So,
yeah, dang, $62. Okay, you know she's appealing to. I was gonna give her shit, but I feel like she is actually appealing to her audience here.
It looks like they can't quite identify what it is. Maybe that's why. There's
Oh.
2 pairs of shoes. Did you notice that?
I thought maybe there was another one in the background she was representing. Maybe.
Maybe. That's a good point.
Anyway, I think people probably want us to be done with this. So why don't we?
Not us. We'll keep going.
I
This
could
is
do
the
this all
podcast,
day.
baby.
I could truly do this all day. Call me Captain America because I could do this all day. Let's do some NFL news and injury updates.
NFL news and injury updates.
Also, I don't think we need to do the disclaimer because that was just like a very honest, wholesome segment about Brittany's clothes.
Yeah, out of all the segments we've had, that was the most appropriate so far.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. I think Jake might enjoy that too.
He might.
He missed out.
Jake is tough. He's a tough one.
What do we got, Tyler?
So
Hey,
Thursday night
Slink's
football
back.
is happening right now. Hey, what's up, Slink? How we doing?
Hey, Slink. Hey.
So I'll go ahead just right off the rip here. Aaron Jones is healthy off the injury report after being banged up for the last couple of weeks. He's a full go. He's looking pretty good so far tonight. We also have 2 humongous returns for the Rams offense and for fantasy owners in Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. Both healthy, both looking pretty good so far. Puka Nacua's hair is super long. I didn't think it was him. I thought it was Jordan Whitington for a minute.
Wow.
But he has looked really good. And no, the Rams are pretty much back at full health now, which is pretty awesome. They're hurting. I mean, 2-4 record to start the season's not what you want, but supposedly they're fielding trade offers on Cooper Kupp too, which is pretty interesting. So I've heard Cooper Kupp to the Steelers, which is like unreal.
Well,
but
I mean, they were in that Ayuk lottery too.
Yeah.
Which turns out pretty good call not trying to trade for Ayuk.
Yeah, no kidding.
Considering
Knowing what you know now.
Yeah. We'll get into that, but
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, if you have those guys, you want them back desperately.
Oh, big time.
Since Puka's been out since week 1, and Cooper Kupp had crazy fantasy performances and then got hurt and was devastating those owners. So
yeah,
we'll
big
see what happens tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. Shaping up to be pretty good so far. Rams are driving in the red zone as we speak right now. So,
okay. Nice.
Back to the top of the news. Actually, speaking of trade targets, star wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, or maybe perhaps former star because his time in Tennessee has not been great. He has been traded to the Chiefs for a conditional 5th-round pick that could turn into a 4th-rounder. This comes after the Chiefs lost their wide receiver Rashee Rice for the remainder of the season.
Why did he? That's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, that's and Juju's out right now too, so they're down to Xavier Worthy, who's more of a gadget, almost like a end around guy. They don't really throw him the ball all that much.
Yep.
Somehow, man, God, the fucking Chiefs piss me off because they find a way to win a game, even though every player is bad for fantasy, except the running back apparently, which still makes no sense to me.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt has been really, really good for fantasy and for the Chiefs winning football games lately. No, that's the thing is when you got a coach like Andy Reid, I hate to give the guy credit. Well, I don't really because he's the.
I like him.
I like Andy Reid.
That's
about the only thing about the Chiefs that I can be okay with lately. But
yeah,
no, Andy Reid's a brilliant coach, brilliant offensive mind. He can kind of just use anybody. So I think, especially DeAndre Hopkins, like. If he's got anything left, dude, it's coming right now. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
How old was Randy Moss when he went to the Patriots?
Ooh, that's a great question. So how old was Randy Moss in 2007?
Yeah. Give me the answer to that question, then I'll tell you. I have him in Dynasty. I have Juju in Dynasty. And
he's about 30 years old, about the same age.
He was 30. Really?
Yep, 30, 31.
I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that I'm going to say DeAndre Hopkins can do that. But what I will say is he's going from the statistically worst team in the NFL for fantasy and for scoring points in general. Will Levis has had the worst QB rating in the league to Patrick Mahomes, who is obviously Patrick Mahomes.
Had the second worst QB rating.
Okay. Yeah, what I'm saying is he will get him the ball. He will. I mean, he had Tyreek Hill. Now he has DeAndre Hopkins. Does he see him as more of an asset than Juju Smith-Schuster? I would hope so.
I would hope so too. I think DeAndre Hopkins is a much better route runner. And And I think that the way that he plays his game, they're going to figure out a way to work him in and just make him a star. I really think whatever he's got left in the tank, like I said, we're about to see it this year. And this is it. This is all or nothing. They're all out for another Super Bowl.
I know. It's crazy. And I hate the fucking Chiefs, but my best chance is sadly my 3 and 4 dynasty team this year. Climbing the ranks. We're in 9th. Jake is now in last place, if you've seen the thumbnail. Injury bug has hit him, and just the overall just lack of fantasy production from the players that are on his team and matchups, whatever. He'll make any excuse he can have, but he sucks. Jake's a fucking idiot.
Very good, unbiased take there. Very good.
I think he's one loss away from selling. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He's not far off. He's not far off.
He should, because that's what you guys would have told me if I was in a situation. You should sell. You should sell everything. DeAndre Hopkins. There's a lot of trades I put out for DeAndre Hopkins, and everyone called me fucking crazy. But if he puts up 25 points this week on the Chiefs, you're all gonna be fucking idiots.
I don't know, brother. I think DeAndre Hopkins, his floor is going to be a whole lot better, but I don't see him posting 25, 30-point games this year. I really don't. It's
Najee Harris or DeAndre Hopkins this week.
That's
my dilemma, and I'm not trying to give. There's no way. Whatever you say right now, there's no you can't. Nobody knows because Najee Harris ran in with 30 seconds left in the game, and now he had a 20-point game last week because of that.
I think Najee Harris is certainly the safer play for this week. I think Russell Wilson has been really good for the Steelers' running game and allowing them to be more dynamic. Not that Justin Fields was bad by any means, but Russell Wilson's kind of balling out, dude. So I think Najee Harris is a safe play. I think DeAndre Hopkins is going to get worked in relatively slowly. I would not be surprised if DeAndre Hopkins got a trick play touchdown this week, because that's what the Chiefs love to do. They love to bring somebody on board, practice for the week. Here's the one crazy 4th and goal we're going to have, and it's going to be DeAndre Hopkins throwing a touchdown pass to Kareem Hunt or some shit. It's going to be something ridiculous.
You're so fucking right about that. I'm just not willing to. But the thing is with the Chiefs, I feel almost 90% of the time it works.
It does.
That play works.
You can never be ready for that. You can never be ready for it.
He's going to take the snap, and everyone's going to be like, what the fuck? And then it's a touchdown. And Chris
it's
Collinsworth is going to explode.
It's going to be Wildcat Travis Kelce, toss pitch to DeAndre Hopkins. Why? It's gonna be.
I would almost put money
weird
on that to happen.
If there's some insane bet that you can make like that, I would make it for $1 maybe. So
I put $5 on DeAndre Hopkins throwing a touchdown on.
Why not? That would be hilarious, and I could see it happening. So, but either way, that's going to be dangerous. Fantasy outlook TBD. I think certainly better than the Titans. So. I think he's.
How could it be worse? I mean, he had weeks where he put up 1 point. It's just
it can't be worse. If it is, it's not him.
As long as I could come out on top. Here's the thing: I traded Jake a 2nd-round pick and Brandon Ayuk for Devontae Adams, DeAndre Hopkins, and Adam Thielen. Two of those players have now gotten traded to different teams.
Yeah,
that's crazy. First of all, what are the odds? Mid-season. Mind you, both of them, the 2 biggest players probably to get traded midseason so far. And Brandon Ayuk out with an ACL and MCL tear. We could probably just jump into that. That's devastating. I didn't see the injury, but I've heard it's instantly right away you were he's done.
Yep.
It just looked obvious. It was almost as like the Rashee Rice injury, which was damn, he's done. His leg bent in half, and it's devastating for the 49ers, a team that gets so close every year, and
just plagued with injuries.
Usually the injury bug is not the issue. It's just they just get unlucky. Well, actually, that's a lie, because Brock Purdy hurt his arm really bad 2 years ago.
The unlucky also comes from the injury bug, and it's been mid-game. It's been mid-playoffs. It's
right. Yeah,
it's been horrible breaks for these guys. So. Yeah, no, I agree. That's a huge loss for them. Juwan Jennings, I believe, is out this week too. So Deebo Samuel has been questionable with an illness.
There's no
George
clarification
Kittle's
on
been
what
banged up.
illness is.
Supposedly he has pneumonia. Is what I've seen. I don't think that's been substantiated anywhere, but that's what the word is so far.
He was in the hospital for it, I heard. Like, so after because he played 3 snaps, and then he was out, walked to the locker room. It's like that's just so brutal that I wish just rule him out, man. Like, but obviously he's a competitor, so I'm gonna play. Like he tried, which I can respect that. And it's funny because like whenever there's an illness thing, I go back to 2005, Tom Brady. He had the flu, and for the AFC Championship game against the Steelers, he was puking on the sidelines and he balled out. Not every player has the dog in them to win a game with the flu.
Yeah.
So I got to stop using that philosophy. They're going to take that philosophy and go into the football game and try to win. Be more weary of illness as a questionable tag.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when it's related to Deebo or Lamar Jackson, as we've seen. Lamar Jackson chronically ill.
Not great.
Yeah, something was going on with that man the last couple of years. Knock on wood, he's been all right so far.
Yeah.
Going back to the news here, speaking of, this week marked the 4th straight week that a Ravens player was named AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Week 4, it was Derrick Henry. Week 5, it was Lamar. Week 6, it was Derrick Henry again. And then this past week, week 7, it was Lamar again. He threw 5 touchdowns against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, netting him 34.4 points in standard scoring formats, and firmly making him the highest scoring player in all of fantasy football this year. Second to Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, believe it or not.
Wow. And sadly, I feel like those stats are about to go down for Baker losing Chris Godwin. Devastating with 40 seconds left in the football game that had been lost.
Needless, down by 4 possessions.
Like,
just needless. Horrible looks for the Buccaneers keeping their offense out there. I don't know what you have to gain from that other than a little bit of pride. But even then, that was.
You know what? I mean, it's so tough because like you can't predict an injury ever in any capacity. I don't blame them. You just want to put up some points for your fans. I think they were in Tampa Bay. Oh no,
they were at home.
I
do blame them. I got to be honest, man.
Would you? Okay, that's fair.
You can't be doing that shit, especially with 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Get your second team out there. Get them some reps. You're not trying to prove anything. You played a good game. It was hard fought, but Marlon Humphrey had Baker Mayfield's number all night. 2 interceptions. Like, just get off the field, be done, regroup, move on. You have nothing to prove in 5 minutes of the 4th quarter, especially when every play was like Baker hauling it down the field for like 30 yards. That's just a bad look. I don't know what Todd Bowles is thinking. I get where you're coming from. I see the pride in it. And you want to show your players that you play until the very last second, but there comes a point when you need to be smart about things.
I see where you're coming from, and there's no excuse to. If Chris Godwin had gone down with 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter, sure. 40 seconds left,
unexcusable.
I see your point. They're down by 3 possessions. They were on pace to do some incredible things.
He was having a career year this year.
Chris Godwin was.
By far.
He was the wide receiver 1 like 2-3 weeks into the season. Like he looked incredible. Man, Baker is a guy. Like, how do you not root for that guy? Like the Browns give up on him for Deshaun Watson. Like, there's almost nothing worse. And he goes in there and balls out, and they give him a chance, a new contract, and I hope that they can make something happen. I don't think a Super Bowl comes out of this, obviously, at this point, but win the division, beat Atlanta. I'd be happy to see that.
Try your best. You're going to get Mike Evans back after week 12, hopefully. He re-aggravated his hamstring in the same game, so it's going to be Jalen McMillan and Sterling Shepard and Cade Otton out there catching passes.
Not great for fantasy, but I think they win games. That's the thing.
I really don't know, man. Their offense was keeping them in that. It's going to be a hard-fought battle from here on out. They're 4-2. I mean, they looked like a pretty clear-cut playoff team to me, but now it's not looking great.
I think they make a move. I think they'll sign somebody. It could be, I mean, geez, imagine if they signed Cooper Kupp.
That would be nuts.
It'd be crazy.
That would be crazy as all get out. Let's see what happens.
I'd love to see that. I would love to see that.
That would be incredibly entertaining.
Yes. Because I don't have any Cooper Kupp shares, so I'd be okay to watch that happen, I guess.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I have him absolutely nowhere. Speaking of somewhere else I had absolutely nowhere, but I mean, turns out to be okay right now. Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams is being suspended for 2 games after violating the league's performance-enhancing drugs policy, and has since released a statement claiming he has not knowingly taken any banned substances. That is a rough look, for sure. This is a guy who got banned or suspended for gambling as well. So suspended 2 games for the PED policy, especially when the Lions are cooking. The Lions are absolutely cooking right now.
What the craziest thing about this is he decided not to pursue appeal, yet was like, I definitely didn't do this. This is crazy. I would never put those things in my body. I'm very careful of what I put in my body. I read his statement. Why wouldn't you appeal then?
Yeah, you would think that an appeal would come. So
if you're conceding the argument, that would mean, hey, I messed up. I'm taking this this punishment and you know, admitting my mistakes. Yet he's denying it, yet not appealing it. That's weird to me. I don't know. I feel like I would appeal if I was innocent and it was a mistake. Then I would appeal. I don't know.
Funny enough, because we were talking about DeAndre Hopkins earlier. That same thing happened to DeAndre Hopkins first 2 weeks of last year. Although I believe he got suspended 4 games.
He did.
But he had a PED issue, and it was same deal. He's like, I have not changed anything. I don't know what it possibly could have been. This and that and the other thing. So who knows how this process plays out for these guys? I mean, it can't be easy to follow all these rules and regulations, but at the same time, it's like you got to be smart about this. This doesn't happen to everybody.
I don't care about this because I don't have Jameson Williams anywhere other than my mom's work league, and he's been on the bench because her team is that good.
John's like, he's not on any of my teams, so I don't give a shit. We can move on.
I don't care. I have Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm glad he's suspended. That's great. I'm glad you didn't appeal, Jameson Williams. Just be more careful next time and try not to get caught. You continue to do PEDs.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway.
Panthers quarterback Bryce Young is slated to start this week after Andy Dalton was involved in a car crash this week with his family. Luckily, there are only minor injuries. Yeah, he was like driving with his family, got in a car crash. No serious injuries, though. Dalton was believed to have only sprained his thumb, weirdly enough.
On
but
his throwing hand or his non-throwing? Because that's kind of important.
I don't know. I didn't see. But I think just injury, say he was fully healthy still. I feel like after a car crash, hey, Andy Dalton, we don't really need you to start this week. It's not like the Panthers are really going anywhere. So let's put Bryce back out there. Hang tight. Make sure your family's good. You know what I mean? So, but we're going to see Bryce Young start.
People come first. This is interesting for Bryce Young because he was atrocious, first of all. And Andy Dalton made Deontay Johnson good. He made Xavier Legette look like a possible. Oh my God, Blake Corum's in the huddle. Sorry, got a little bit distracted there.
Blake Corum sighting. Sorry, guys.
Hold on, can we watch this play? I'm just gonna watch this.
Hold on, Blake Corum just had 6 yards from scrimmage, guys. We gotta.
Hold on. That would be great. That means you get a first down. Blake Corum, please, and it's a false start. Okay, moving on.
Copyright violation, NFL copyright strike.
Oh shit, my bad.
YouTube channel taken down forever.
What were we talking about? No, this is detrimental for Deontay Johnson. Do not put him in your lineup this week. Hopefully you have other options because he was a player that I was like weighing between Marvin Harrison Jr. every week, and that's kind of tough. Because he was really good for 3 weeks there. But yeah, I wouldn't start anybody other than Chuba Hubbard if you have a Panthers player.
Completely agree. Agree. And if you're there already and making start to sit decisions with Panthers players, Godspeed. You're probably not doing
Chuba Hubbard, RB9 on the season.
Yeah, unreal. Although it hasn't really taken much to be RB9, to be honest.
They took Corum out and put Kyron Williams in, and there's another penalty.
There you go. Very good. Back from the dead, Tua Tagovailoa is tracking to clear the concussion protocol and is looking to play in Week 8. This would mean a significant boost to Miami's offense. Tyreek Hill even saying, quote, "We're back, baby. Start me this week." I'm sure that will not. He said, "Start me."
All right, I'll do it.
That will not age poorly whatsoever.
I swear to God, if he says start me, Tyreek Hill, one of the biggest egos in the league, if not the planet.
Bro, if we had a tracker, I need to build a tracker and statistics based around players openly saying start me this week. Historically has not gone well that I know of.
I would like to see the stats on that.
Because Austin Eckler does that a lot. He's a big fantasy football guy. Has not gone well for him.
I don't think he said anything this season.
This season, no. I'm just trying to think of like times before when players would be like, "Yeah, baby, it's all go, start me up," and then they're just a huge bust that week.
I feel like that's gone well. I don't know, because it rarely happens. That's the other thing. It's like,
it does not happen a lot, but when it does, it's a great opportunity for somebody to look stupid. I guess is what I'm
absolutely. Yeah, without question.
It's not good. Speaking of not good, Browns fans, look away. Quarterback Deshaun Watson, or maybe get excited.
Maybe look forward to the future.
Maybe get hyped. Holy shit. Yeah. Quarterback Deshaun Watson suffered a season-ending Achilles tear. The Browns returning to journeyman Jameis Winston as their starter for the time being, with Dorian Thompson-Robinson being relegated to his backup. Unbelievable scenes in Cleveland when he went down. Just like
joy.
People were cheering.
What?
Like, it was
Cleveland?
Weird. In Cleveland, it was weird.
Oh my God.
He was bawling his eyes out, which rightfully so. I'm sure he was in a lot of pain physically and emotionally, but this is one of those things where you can't help but feel like there's some sort of, I don't know, maybe divine justice being dished out right now.
Yeah, to Deshaun Watson and possibly the Browns' wallets. It's truly like it's the second it happened, the second I saw the replay, it was like a flashback to week 1 of last season with Aaron Rodgers. I was on an airplane and they show it and you see it snap. And before they showed it, it was obviously slow motion. I'm waiting. And it was worse than Aaron Rodgers. It was like so brutally obvious.
It was so clear. The camera angle they had, you see the calf reverberation is what they call it. And you saw his whole calf move. Yeah, it's just, whoa.
It was like, that's gone. And you can feel it. And oh my God, I can't imagine the pain. But yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the football player in him, but I do not feel bad for the person. I feel bad for the competitor.
Sure.
But the fact that his name is Deshaun Watson makes me not feel bad at all. So that's the difference there. He's been bad for fantasy, brutal injury. I think it's better for every asset on that team.
Yeah, it's certainly awful. Jameis Winston has balled out before. I think it's kind of interesting, to be honest with you, that the Browns are turning to Jameis Winston. I mean, do you really think you're going to go to the playoffs with Jameis Winston? Or would you rather kind of try and reinforce and develop DTR? Because I feel like he was pretty decent when he stepped in for Deshaun Watson for the rest of that game.
Yeah, I mean, he also got hurt, I think.
Oh, did he get me? Oh, shoot. You might be right, actually.
I'm pretty sure he did. And then Jameis came in at the very end. But they also signed Bailey Zappi today. Fun fact. To the active
yes,
roster.
I did see that, actually. Yeah, he's a finger injury.
Yeah.
DTR does. Yeah.
Big thing for a quarterback, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting. They also traded away Amari Cooper last week, so dodged a bullet there, buddy. For the end of your career, which is coming very soon. Now you have Josh Allen as your quarterback.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, the Browns might be a fire sale team in a couple weeks here. Just see you later, David Njoku. See you later, Myles Garrett. Like, it's
Njoku's like the only guy where I'm like, I want that player on my fantasy team right now.
David Njoku is maybe the most underrated athletic talent in the NFL right now, I think. That dude is a freak when he has the ball.
He's DK Metcalf as the tight end.
He is like the most athletic guy on the field when he's playing. It's unbelievable.
He might be the most athletic guy in the NFL.
He might actually be. If you don't believe us, just look up pictures of David Njoku and look at how stacked this man is and get back to us.
Imagine like a 20-year-old Terry Crews. That's David Njoku.
Seriously. It's unreal.
Yeah, crazy.
What else we got here? Speaking of DK Metcalf, actually, he has suffered what is believed to be a mild MCL sprain. He left the game, I believe, early. He's pushing to play this week, but he might be a risky start if he does end up playing and coming off the questionable tag. More likely, he's apt to miss 1 week, and then he will return once back at full health. So something to keep an eye on. Depends on how his practices go. He's one of those guys who he's gonna try and play. That's what the Seahawks are right now too.
Oh yeah.
They're fighting for every win they can get. So.
Okay. Anything else necessary? Did you say the word DK Metcalf? I feel like you kept saying David Njoku. I'm crazy.
Well, we were talking about most athletic players in the NFL.
Okay.
He's like the tight end version of DK Metcalf.
Yes, I did say that. Okay.
Yeah.
I missed the segue completely. Yeah, and a few other minor injuries. I mean, TJ Hawkinson not playing this week in the Thursday night game, so that doesn't really help you anyway. But potentially coming back next week, and same goes for Jonathan Brooks. So if you've stashed him this long, I think there's a significant chance that the Panthers, Chuba Hubbard's value could go down. They've won one game, maybe 2 this year. They're probably going to see what they have in this guy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Whether that means 5 carries to 15 carries a game, I don't really know. Because they have to at least make it look like they're trying to win. Yeah. So are they going to be down 30 and give Jonathan Brooks 15 carries? Probably not. I don't know. But I don't know what he has. I mean, they got to see what they have in this player. So
we're gonna find out. I mean, they spent what was his 2nd round or 3rd round pick on him?
He was up there. He's one of the. I think it was one of the first 5 backs to get taken in the draft. So
yeah. So I think it'll be exciting to see what he can do, and I think he's a good value. If you're looking to try and buy low on somebody, it's worth a flyer maybe. So
I sold Jonathan Brooks 3 weeks ago for Jalen Waddle, 1 for 1.
That's a pretty smart trade for you.
I
would say. I think I like Jalen Waddle more.
By the way, 2-5 in that league. I am in where am I? Oh, 11th place, but top 8 make playoffs. So we'll see.
There you go.
Anyway, yeah. And final injury to kind of take note on is Alvin Kamara. Been playing through multiple injuries, but the biggest one is a broken hand. But he's played 2 weeks with that broken hand. How has that turned out fantasy wise, though?
Not fantastic, but I got to be honest, it's less a product of his injuries as it is Derek Carr not being on the field with his torn oblique. Spencer Rattler getting the starts has been okay. He's been fine, but like that whole offense is down from when Derek Carr was playing.
I mean, he's gone from an average of 20 carries to like 10. It's cut his carries in half
and his receptions in half. Nearly.
No, he's still gotten the same amount of targets. It's the receptions haven't gone down that much, but the yardage from receptions has gone down about half.
Yeah.
Either way,
not great.
Yeah, not good.
Still RB1 on the season, I believe, though.
RB2. I don't know who
RB2.
Number 1 is.
Oh,
it's probably
shoot.
Derrick Henry. It's probably Derrick Henry.
At this rate, it's got to be Derrick Henry.
Has to be. Yeah, I think anything else for injuries that you can think of that's important, or are we going to move on to matchups?
Not that I can think of. There's a lot out there, but I think we covered the favorites, the heavy hitters.
For sure. Alrighty, let's move on. Let's talk about how our matchups went last week, and we will go into this week.
Talking matchups.
All right, it's actually going to be week 7 results. Give me 1 second here. All right, let's see, Tyler. Why don't we go into the league of record? Why not?
Why not? Why not? Why not?
Poorly for Tyler down there in 12th place. London Bridge fell down, but you've made some trades.
I have very, very big trades, and I say that big in a sense as they're big for me.
You know, it's going to go well trading with the 11th place team.
Yeah.
It's really good trading down with the teams at the bottom. You know, well, to be fair, the teams at the top are going to try to take advantage of you. So maybe
right. And I feel like Brad might have a little bit here. I got to be honest, man. He sent me this offer, and I'm like, it has to be something like this for me to have a chance still. So in case you're just tuning in on my League of Record team here, things have not been going good. My best player was Drake London, who has been pretty good, not bad. But I shipped off Drake London and Travis Kelce, who has been pretty awful, considering where I had drafted him, for Stephon Diggs, Darnell Mooney, Jonathan Brooks, I forgot his first name, Chase Brown,
yeah.
and TJ Hawkinson. So on paper, pretty fair value, I would say, especially in redraft. I might come to regret this, though, if Travis Kelce kind of turns it on. But Stephon Diggs has looked pretty great with no Nico Collins. I mean, granted, last week was kind of a down week for CJ Stroud, but he's wide receiver 6 on the year. So not really that big of a downgrade from Drake London in my mind.
Wait, who? Darnell Mooney?
Stephon Diggs.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, not Darnell Mooney. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Although Darnell Mooney is rated a lot higher than I would expect at wide receiver 17 right now. So he's getting very consistent target share. He's a clear-cut number 2.
That's what I wanted from Darnell Mooney in 2021.
Yeah, well, he didn't have
any
from the ball, so
and Mr. Biscuit.
Yeah. And so I kind of took a risk here on buying low on like Jonathan Brooks, TJ Hawkinson. And I was hurting at running back too. So Chase Brown, honestly, pretty welcome addition. Has he been an all-star? Not necessarily, but I just need somebody to fill the role and get me, at least 10 to 15 points a game. So I felt pretty good about that, though. I mean, I got to take a shot on something here because it's just not working so far.
The classic 5 for 2 deal, you don't see these a lot. It's interesting because you can throw 2 of these guys in your IR slot right off the bat.
Yeah.
So technically it's a 3 for 2. So you're only taking on 1 extra roster spot. I don't know who you dropped or if you've dropped anybody yet.
I've dropped Dearness Johnson.
Okay, that's totally fine. He was a 1-week waiver wire ad. He was trending. That's fine. He doesn't exist.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think Travis Kelce obviously has had 2 okay weeks. He's still not Travis Kelce of past.
Yeah.
Drake London
has been great. And I felt horrible getting rid of him. As a 4th-round keeper, that was really the thing I struggled with. But I'm like, who gives a shit if I'm in last place and I need to win some games? I'll ship off my wide receiver 1 to rebuild my team here and try and have a chance. That's how I felt.
Yeah. Oh, that philosophy kills me so much. But you have the wide receiver 17 and you have Stephon Diggs. Nico Collins coming back, but I think Diggs is still going to be good. I like it. I like it for you. Hawkinson might be a wash. I don't know what he does this year.
I don't either.
You got to take a risk, and Jonathan Brooks has yet to take a snap.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. It's okay. It's okay. I think it's a lot of risks you're taking, and Brad is definitely taking a risk with Kelce, but obviously he made it to 4-2 with probably another tight end because Hawkinson hasn't played yet. So what about your matchup for last week though? Because you
actually related to that quickly. Right after that, I did a trade with Gabby.
Oh, my bad.
I shipped off Kirk Cousins, Dallas Goedert, and Khalil Shakir, and I got Mark Andrews and Rico Dowdle. So
okay.
Immediately I filled the Kelce gap with Mark Andrews and TJ Hawkinson, which if I told you last year that my 2 tight ends I had rostered were Mark Andrews and TJ Hawkinson, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Right. Absolutely.
So much this, but I'm just trying to cover all my bases here. And then Rico Dowdle's been serviceable. So all that said and done, league record team on the up and up. Last week was
not brutal loss, Tyler. Wow.
It was not good. 3 points. I wanted to punch a hole in my drywall, Monster Energy style.
Especially when your quarterback is Patrick Mahomes.
I have lost
14.
Bigsby. I have lost to Tank Bigsby everywhere this year. So many times. ETN has fucked me royally because week 5, ETN gone. Tank Bigsby, 2 touchdowns, 25 points. Then last week, ETN gone. Tank Bigsby start, 2 touchdowns, 23 points. So every time he gets the start, I just get decimated. He had Devonta Smith for 0 effectively. I had the Broncos defense on Thursday Night Football with 22 points, and I still lost. I got decimated. Christian Kirk had 1 catch. Travis Kelce had 4 catches. He had 5 points. It was abysmal to lose by 3 points to such a honestly just mediocre lineup. This man had Pat Freiermuth in his flex, and I lost.
Tucker, he started 2 tight ends and he lost, which 2 tight ends is like dire straits usually if you have to do that, and he won in a year where tight ends have been an atrocity for fantasy football. So
Pat Freiermuth on 2 catches had more points than Travis Kelce did in 4.
Dearness Johnson scored 9 more points than Devonta Smith, and you lost, and you had Dearness Johnson on your team.
Patrick Mahomes, more like Patrick sucks ass, is what I say, dude.
Brittany is
2 interceptions. You don't throw those picks, and I win. 16 completions. He had like a 50% completion rating for 150 yards and no touchdowns.
The QB 22 on the season. He hasn't broken 20 points all year.
This man has not thrown a touchdown pass since week 4.
That's insane. That's insane.
How unlucky can I be with this pick? And I took him 3rd round, I think, in this league.
Yeah, because that's a value.
It is. It's gross, but it is.
Dude, he's thrown 6 touchdowns all year. And he ran 1 in last week. He did run 1 in, but that's like imagine if he doesn't run that touchdown in, Tyler.
That's an 8-point performance.
8 points as Patrick Mahomes.
It's awful. It's so bad. This is what happens when I invest in Chiefs players. Is they suck. They suck horribly.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with Patriots players too, but also that's a lie because Tom Brady throws touchdowns.
Tom Brady's at least consistent, if nothing else. Like, for God's sakes, what are you doing, Pat Mahomes? So, yeah, just a gross loss. I mean, the worst part was I could have made any one single substitution.
Of course, every year.
And it wouldn't have mattered. Well, that's the thing, is my bench was so bad that I could have known the future and I still would have lost.
That should make you feel better.
No, that makes me feel considerably worse because that means I've got nobody.
Who the fuck is this?
No help on the way.
Kamani Vidal?
Don't worry about it. All right.
Okay, dire straits. That's why you made a trade, and going into next week, your team is a lot different. So let's
going into next week. Yeah, I actually have start-sit decisions I can make now. It's crazy.
Wow, and you're probably going to make them incorrectly, but here we are. You're playing Chris next week.
Yep.
You have to win this game.
I literally have to win or I'm fucked. I have to win or it's fire sale for keepers. That's it. Nothing else.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, so there you go. So fire sale for keepers. Everybody in the league record, look me up next week. Good keeper values. No, but it's not looking great. I mean, I got the Broncos defense against Carolina. That's got to be good for like 40 points, I would hope.
I mean, you better hope, yeah.
Yeah, I've still got freaking Stephon Diggs, man, with no Nico Collins. Dude, I think it'd go crazy.
Your bench is not bad. ETN, White, Chase Brown, going into the year, you'd be like, damn, that's not a bad bench.
Yeah, going into the year, but then the year happens and you're like, oh my God, what happened? Where did I go wrong? This is horrible. Get me out of here.
I know. This is crazy.
Because Zamir White, I picked him in the 6th round. This man is droppable.
60,
everywhere.
RB 67.
Zamir White has been abysmal.
He's not the
Alexander
one on the team
Madison
anymore.
has been so much better. It's not even close. I mean, it's
still bad, which is saying a lot because
Madison has had 5 weeks in double digits. Zamir White hasn't had a single double digit performance. Not one. He's been hurt. It's been awful.
Yeah, it's not good. Tony Carter offered DJ Moore for Tolbert and Zach Moss. Yeah, I would definitely take that.
Slam dunk. Slam dunk DJ Moore all day.
What kind of idiot would? Okay, yeah, definitely take that. 0% chance I don't take that.
Good looking out, because I've had those moments before where I'm like, did somebody really just offer me this?
Yeah, seriously.
I'm like,
dude.
am I crazy? Am I missing something here? No, absolutely take that.
Zach Moss and Tolbert should be on waivers. Like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, Zach Moss is losing his job to Chase Brown right now. So, yeah, I would take that.
Crazy.
Good stuff. But gotta win. Gotta win.
You have to win. Let's look at mine here. Last week I lost.
Speaking of, how do you feel that you have the same record as me, John, with that team?
Pretty bad considering I have the RB2 and the QB2.
Yep.
And also Najee Harris, who hasn't really been bad the last 2 weeks. And, Sam Laporta for a 15th round pick. You would think that would have turned out better than a guy you could get off waivers. But he's put up nothing this year. He's the tight end 21.
Ugh.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, the wide receiver 9, still can't win a matchup. Garrett Wilson had 2 incredible weeks here, 29, 24, and 13 is not horrible. And I got 17 from my kicker, and I still lost because Jahmyr Gibbs put up 32 points against me. Kyron Williams puts up 19, and Jamar Chase had a pretty solid week too. 18 from Cade Otton.
Cade Otton, baby. That's what happens when you got no Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Cade Otton moving forward is going to be 100. Incredible, I think.
Damn, that's crazy. 29 from Baker Mayfield, and I still lose. I would have beaten Tyler for what it's worth.
You would have.
But yeah, here I sit at 2-5 with arguably a pretty good team. I mean, Jesus, dude.
I'm sorry. Honorable mention. Look at Jake's matchup this week in League of Record. This man does not deserve to win. I'm sorry. So last week, the results.
Oh.
That is the worst.
Oh my God.
That is the worst thing I've ever seen. What is that?
79 to 76, full PPR league, mind you. The only player on Chris's team was Derrick Henry for the whole week, essentially.
Oh my God. Deebo Samuel Goose.
Deebo Samuel Goose. That's the only reason Chris loses, and Jake gets gifted when he's 4-3.
CJ Stroud had 5 points as well. That is awful.
What is Jake's points for in this league? Because his team isn't. His points for 740. I've put up 842. I put up 100 points more than him, and I have I'm 2-5.
Good Lord, man.
And you put up, Jesus, Tyler, you put up.
I haven't even broken 700.
We're in week 8. That means you put up less than 100 points a week, Tyler. That's really bad.
It's awful. And what did I say week 1? I think I said it on pod. I know I told you. I said, this is the worst team I've ever drafted. I hate this team.
Yeah, you said that in the mock draft, Tyler.
I knew it was coming.
Even draft, you're like, this is going to be really bad.
This is going to be awful. The keepers this year were unreal. Yeah.
Dude, I have the most points against in the league. This personified by the poop emoji, which Jake has in Dynasty, so I'll give him that.
Fair enough.
It's really unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, I have this lineup is like, you look at this lineup, I have Sam Laporta and Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet, the tight end 3 on the year, which is astonishing. This is a good team.
You have Marvin Harrison Jr. on your bench. It's a good team.
Yeah, it's a good team. Jacoby Myers he's gonna have a good end of season. He will. it sucks, man. It really sucks. Anthony Richardson has been terrible, but also I've been starting Baker Mayfield and still losing. So I have to win this week. This is fucking horrible. I hate fantasy football. I'm playing Tyler's fiance Gabby, who's projected to beat me right now. I don't know why it's 60-40. What's the
It is criminal
discrepancy
that
here?
Baker Mayfield is projected 15.5 points.
Yeah, there's no way. Should I start Anthony Richardson or would you start Baker Mayfield?
Absolutely not. It's okay. I take that back. With the injuries, it's still Baker Mayfield, man. He's been playing
Has to be, right?
unbelievable.
Okay, when we get to Dynasty, Jalen Hurts or Baker Mayfield, because that's my dilemma every week now.
Oh, Jalen Hurts. Moving forward, it's Jalen Hurts. Unfortunately, it
Okay.
kills me to say that. Baker
Because
Mayfield.
I've yet to start Baker all year in Dynasty, and I don't think it's cost me matchup because the rest of my team hasn't been healthy. But yeah, anyway, yeah, Gabby has A-Chain back. She's got Josh Jacobs, AJ Brown, Brian Thomas Jr. I think she traded for Njoku, or has she had him?
She's had Njoku, I believe. We made fun of her for drafting Njoku when she already had Mark Andrews.
We did, and turns out not a bad call. And
turns out,
Puka on her
yeah.
bench. Did she know Puka was starting tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Puka's got 11.5. I would have done the same exact thing, dude. I would have benched Puka because you don't know if he's coming back full strength. You don't know if it's like full rollout Puka. It could have just been like, yeah, he's playing. We're gonna work him in a little bit.
I would have started him. I don't know who maybe. Oh, you know what? Damn, maybe not.
It's a good team, man. I don't think I would have taken the risk. I think her lineup is kind of insane. She's got the best team in the league by far, and she's 2-5.
She's 2-5.
It's unreal.
That's you know what? Because she had A-Chain and Puka were her keepers, and they were both double-digit round keepers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy. She's 2-5 because they both got injured. She has an incredible team. She has the best player in fantasy with Lamar Jackson. This is not the time when I want to play her. So I need a wish and a prayer to beat her this week. I'm probably going to sub out Deontay Johnson for Marvin Harrison just because there's no way I can trust a Panther this week.
Especially at Denver. You're at Mile High against Pat Surtain, dude. Good luck. Best of luck.
Yeah, thanks.
Bryce Young's going to throw 4 interceptions.
He might fucking die on the field, honestly. Sam Laporta or Cole Kmet. I don't know.
I think Cole Kmet keeps it rolling. His momentum's been insane. They have him in at long snapper too. It's kind of great.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I do love that. He scores a touchdown. He's like, damn, I got to go out and snap the ball.
I got to snap that
shit. Let's move on to League of Record here. So
Dynasty League. Yes.
Oh yeah, Dynasty League. My bad. Week 7. Since it's already here, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it. The week started off really good for me. 1 o'clock games: 22 from Jalen Hurts, 23 from Bijan, 26 from Joe Mixon, and 19 from AJ Brown. Touchdown. That stack every now and then works out pretty well. And Jalen Hurts also ran in 2 touchdowns from the 1-yard line. This is why he's on my team. Is he athletic? I think a little bit.
He had 10 completions against the Giants.
He only threw 14 footballs.
10 completions. I could have 10 completions.
Yeah, you could. No, I don't know about that. I don't think so.
Jaden Daniels had 2, and he played like 4 snaps.
That's a fair point. And what's crazy is they don't have to rush him back. They put up 40 points against Carolina.
Yeah.
With Mariota.
Unreal.
Yeah, I was really worried about this matchup because really great start from Hurts, Bijan, and Mixon. My running backs have showed up in this league. Oh my God, even Najee Harris. But my worry was Najee Harris because Devontae Adams did nothing. Sam Laporta had 1 catch. He's had 3 targets in the last 2 weeks. And Najee Harris had 9 points. And then they beat the Jets by 16 points, and he runs in a last-second touchdown, and that's what gave me the buffer over Trey McBride, who played Monday night and only put up 10. Mm-hmm. So I desperately needed to win this matchup against Austin for me to climb the standings a little bit. I sit in 9th now.
Crazy.
827 points for. I think I'm like, dude, I'm 5 points behind the first place team. Like, this league is fucked. It doesn't make any sense.
My points for him at 900. Frank is in, what place is he in? 7th?
7th with 682 points for.
He's 4-3. Frank and I have the same record.
And you have almost 300 points more than him points for.
Yeah.
Well,
it's unreal.
220 points more. That's a significant margin.
That's humongous. Over 7 weeks. That's huge.
Yeah. And honestly, Jake has 818. He's only, like 20 points behind the first place team, and he's in last. Dude, fantasy is brutal. It really is.
It's been unreal.
Either way, let me look at next week. I don't even know who I'm playing. I'm playing Connor. Projected to lose by a lot. He has Kyron Williams, so this is not updated because he definitely has points.
Also, you're starting Deebo Samuel. So that is not accurate right now.
They're on bye. Wait, why is this? Oh, no, I'm playing Dane. Oh, my bad. I don't know what I was looking at, though. That's weird.
Oh, that was weird, yeah.
That said week 8. Am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. I was looking at the same
footage. That was 100% incorrect. Okay.
Yeah, that was really weird.
I'm playing Dane. He has somehow surprised us this year. With Kenneth Walker, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, and Dallas Goedert, who's been great. I look at this matchup and I feel relatively confident, and it's mostly because of my running backs. Bijan Robinson, Joe Mixon have been great.
Yeah, they've been phenomenal. I'll give you that. I'm a Joe Mixon hater myself, but only because it's just fun to hate on your team. The guy's been really consistent. He missed some time this year, obviously, but Joe Mixon's been extremely good.
Every game he's been healthy, he averages 26 points.
Yeah.
I mean, what more can you want? That's unbelievable. And he also averages at least a touchdown a game. So
yeah, his usage is great. He immediately made Dameon Pierce irrelevant, which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, love Joe Mixon. My running backs keep me in it every week. AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts obviously going to be in there. Debo, I hope he's healthy. I need to see a better game from Devontae Adams, because what the fuck?
Yep.
And yeah, Najee Harris. I hope he destroys the Giants on Monday night. But I'm kind of between him and Hopkins. I don't really know. I'm not really sure what to do there. We'll see about that.
Yeah.
Blake Corum has 3 carries already tonight for 7 yards, so that's something.
Those are points, technically.
You know what? And I will look at that as Blake Corum has more carries than the technical backup Ronnie Rivers. So is he climbing the depth chart? Maybe.
Possibly.
I like that. Anyways, Tyler, let's look at last week in Dynasty. You won. You beat Logan, a competitor.
It was a sweat. It was a sweat, dude. And I've been waiting all week to tell this story. I had an epiphany. A massive epiphany.
Explain.
I don't know who said this to me. Somebody out there said, Tyler, it's time. Fire up Mark Andrews this week. I had Isaiah Likely in my tight end starting position all week. Cole Kmet's been on bye. And something told me, Tyler, start Mark Andrews. This is the week. He's back. He's
the fantasy
back.
God spoke to you somewhere.
They reached down and they grabbed me and they said, you better start Mark Andrews over Isaiah Likely. Because I did. I had Isaiah Likely in all week. Morning of, I said, nope, Mark Andrews all the way. Thank God. Thank the fantasy gods I did. I would have still won, but it would have been a massive sweat. So,
really? Oh yeah, Likely, because
massive sweat. Likely scored like 5 points or something, 6 points.
3.7. You still win. You did the math. You would have won.
I still would have won, but by like 5 points. Would have been a massive sweat. No, this was hard fought, man. I mean, Logan was projected more points than me to start the week. Jahmyr Gibbs scored 32 points. So I was like, oh, fuck me, I guess. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 25. Sure, why not? Just pile it on, guys. Amari Cooper, never played with Josh Allen before. Yeah, give him 16 points too. I was like, man, come on. And then Lamar Jackson balled the fuck out. He balled out so hard. 5 touchdowns on 17 completions.
It's unbelievable.
He had 52 rushing yards. This man threw 5 touchdowns. He had 281 yards on 17 completions.
It's crazy. The efficiency is just unbelievable.
It's like 20 yards of completion this man was averaging. He was balling out. He made fucking Rashad Bateman look like an animal. Just like
that's like a touchdown every 3 passes.
Yeah.
You know, like that's crazy. You know,
just stupid. Just absolutely stupid. He saved my week single-handedly. Also, huge shout out. Josh Jacobs had a great week against Houston. I was not at all confident starting him up, but he had his, believe it or not, first ever career touchdown reception in that game.
Yeah, that's so hard to believe. 5 years in, he's never caught a touchdown, dude.
Never caught a touchdown pass in the NFL.
Some of these RBs, it's like you don't realize that they just don't catch passes.
Yeah,
that's unbelievable. Really,
but no, my man is special, and that helped me win. No, huge week. Boys are back. The Bald Stars on top once again. 4-3. I moved to second place in the league behind none other than Mac, which is just nuts. This man beat me by a point, so that point makes the difference right now between first and second in our Dynasty league.
Absolutely right. What do you think the odds are if you going back to back right now? How you feeling?
Pretty good. Not gonna lie, I feel pretty good. My points for have been outrageous. My points against have been outrageous. So I'm really happy to be at 4-3. I think I like my chances. Nothing is guaranteed anymore. Nothing's for sure. It's been just nuts. I've been devastated by injuries now too. It's not good.
All that matters, make it to the dance, you have a chance. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
That's all I care about. I just got to make playoffs. I don't care about a bye week. I don't care about regular season. I just want to make sure I'm in playoffs. The higher I am up on the standings throughout the year, the better my likelihood of just making the playoffs. That's all I care about.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to make the dance. I'm in 9th. I'm on the rise. We'll see. I think Logan's on the rise too. He's 3-4. He just got Tua back for Tyreek Hill, and I think Travis Kelce is also going to do better. So I'm worried. It would be insane if me and Logan didn't make playoffs. Insane.
And Jake, Logan and Jake right now, as it sits, not in the playoffs.
Dude, if you had to put money in the beginning of the season on 3 teams to not make playoffs, me, Logan, and Jake,
not even close. Not in a million years. I'd be like, nope, those are all locks.
Yeah.
We have 6 teams sitting at 4-3. I'm at 4-3 in second, and Frank is at 4-3 in 7th.
Yeah, that's wild.
And a difference
of almost 200 points for.
Just the way that the matchups have rolled out and the points for and the points again, it's been unbelievable.
Yeah, crazy. Anyways, let's move on. We are going to go ahead and do our dudes and duds of last week. Since I feel like we always forget. Why do we forget to do those? Let's do our dudes and duds.
Dudes and duds of the week.
We do sometimes. Yeah.
Say it.
You want me to say
Lamar Jackson. It has to be Lamar Jackson.
He
won you the week.
It was always Lamar Jackson. It's been Lamar Jackson, and it will continue to be Lamar Jackson. Because he is him. I sound like Jake.
You do, but
281 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns, 52 rushing yards on 9 carries, 34 points. Best player in fantasy right now. Jake has tried to make me so many trade offers for him. Shut all of them down. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck him. Will
not let go of Lamar Jackson. He's too good.
Huh?
What do you mean? Why not?
Why not? Why not? It was a good offer. I sent you all my 2026 seconds.
Thanks, Jake. Seconds? You motherfucker.
No, I'm just kidding. His offer it wasn't a bad offer. I'm just not doing it. Sorry. On paper, it can be right, but picks don't help me win.
In the famous words of fucking Connor, what did he say? His trades are reasonable. Fuck you. No, they're not.
His trades are reasonable on paper. Would I do most of them? Absolutely not. That's why I don't accept them.
Fucking.
Huh?
Thanks, Jake.
Thanks, Jake. And that honestly, that's not so different from what he offers to the podcast every week. Just so you guys know, if you're listening for the first time.
Yeah, pretty close.
Pretty close.
So mean.
Fucking loser. I hope you're having a good time with Allie tonight. I'll tell you my dud of the week. It's fucking Deebo Samuel. Actually, no. Well, yes. No. Anyway, dude of the week. I'm gonna give it to Joe Mixon. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Fucking 26 points, 2 touchdowns, 25 carries for 115. You averaged 4 yards a carry, 7 yards the week before. I mean, you've just been absolutely electric. I hope you continue that. Defensive matchups: Indy, Jets, Detroit, Dallas coming up here. So maybe he comes down to earth a little bit, but they're going to keep giving him the ball. It's Joe Mixon. He's great. He's a workhorse back, one of the very few in the league. You will rarely see another running back in the lineup during a Houston Texans game. So I'll give that to him. And then sadly, league of record, it's Sam Laporta. What the fuck? I'll give it to you every single week. Get involved, please. Do you have a dud of last week?
My dud in Lamar Jackson fashion has been and will continue to be my dud every fucking week is Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, what the doing? Fuck? What the fuck?
Coming off the bye, you're going to throw 2 picks at San Francisco, 16 completions. You're making Jalen Hurts look like a Super Bowl MVP.
62 more completions than Lamar Jackson, but 20 less fantasy points.
2 more interceptions and 5 less touchdowns.
That'll do it.
Gross.
Do it. Yeah.
Get some help, Pat Mahomes. What are you doing? Also,
throw it to DeAndre Hopkins.
Quickly, honorable mention, my man Mike Evans, before he left the game with the injury last week, he caught 1 pass for a touchdown. 9 points.
God. Wow,
that helped me beat Logan. Like that and Mark Andrews start. If those don't happen, I lose to Logan last week in Dynasty.
By a lot, actually.
By quite a bit. Yeah. So
you might score less than 100 points.
Yeah, I would have.
Start sits are so crazy if you really you break it down. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for our dudes and duds. Let's move on to the most depressing segment of the season. That's gonna be
survival football.
Well, it wasn't so depressing last week because we all won.
Hey, look at us, huh?
Or not. Jake got it right. Tyler got it right. Jake is alive in our second wind of survival football. There's been 3 weeks in a row of all 3 remaining survivors getting the correct pick. So that's crazy. But anyway, last week, Jake picked the Washington Commanders. Tyler picked the Bengals. I picked the Bills. Our current records go 4-3, Jake, 5-2, Tyler, 3-4, John. So we're on the rise, you know. I hope that continues across the board in fantasy football and NFL. But let's see what we got in week 8. Let's see.
Oh, I gotta check the notes and see who I've picked so far. Oh boy.
I updated it earlier here.
Yike-a-roonies. What are we looking at here?
So we got some interesting matchups. Week 8, we got, can't pick the Vikings or the Rams, which that would be a scary matchup anyway to try to pick a winner. The Rams.
Yeah, that's not a betting game. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think I already know who I'm going with. But I'm gonna wait. Hopefully, it's not a duplicate. But I think I'm gonna stick with it. I'll make sure I haven't picked him yet because I have to be the Grim Reaper, so I have to pick last.
There's a couple chalk picks here. Shit. I might steal your pick here. I'm gonna go divisional matchup here.
Okay.
Baltimore Ravens. upsetting the Cleveland Browns. Not upsetting, but destroying.
Definitely not an upset.
Yeah. No Deshaun Watson, if that was helping you anyway. The Ravens are rolling so hard. I do not want to put any bad juju on Lamar. So knock on wood 1,000,000 times. Baltimore Ravens.
I need you to lose, so I just knocked on wood, but I wish I hadn't. Okay. Tyler going with the Ravens. He has not picked them yet, so I'll allow it. Let's see. Who do we want to give Jake this week?
You know. You already know.
Technically, he is still alive in the actual league, so whatever that pick is, we kind of have to go with. But
sure.
Why don't we give him the Jaguars this week against the Packers?
Oh, dude. I was looking at Panthers at Denver.
Ooh.
Are you kidding me?
Bryce
That's
Young?
like, yeah, if I had $5 to put on Carolina money line, that'd probably be like a $8,000 payout if they won.
There's like 2 games this week where the spread is over 10 points.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Who bets on that? Over 10 points? That's like a college game, dude.
10.5 points for an NFL football game.
That's gross.
Like, I guess. I mean, okay. So you want to go? You're thinking Panthers? I'm thinking Jags.
You gotta give them Panthers, dude. The Panthers are so much worse than the Jags, and they're playing against the Denver defense, dude. They might legitimately score 0 points.
He did jokingly pick the Panthers earlier this year. Wait a minute. What fucking? Because he has 49ers twice. Why does he always pick duplicates? This motherfucker. How does he get away with this?
Oh, yeah, I do see that. Oh, you're right. He did pick the Panthers one week.
It was one of them.
Shit.
And I think they lost. Maybe we need to reevaluate and double check.
Shit. Okay, give him the Jags. Fuck it. Give him the Jags.
He definitely did pick the Panthers. So okay, all right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I remember that now. It's just not on here.
Whoa, Jesus Christ! Get down on there, girl. All right, he gets the Jags, and for the Grim Reaper pick of the week, we have. Let me overthink this because I was going to go with the Packers, but
let me overthink this.
We got Dolphins, Cardinals. Cardinals would be a sneaky pick, but also they have Tua back. Imagine going Dolphins at home this week against the Cards. That could be.
That would be pretty spicy, dude. That's a pretty spicy pick. I kind of like it.
I'm trying to make a comeback here, though. Have I picked the Lions yet? Because they're playing Tennessee.
Ooh.
I have not picked the Lions.
There you go.
I think I have to, dude. It's Lions. It's Lions.
Jared Goff out for the season.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Horrible.
No, I will not manifest that. Do not even fucking speak that into
That's what you just did. It's too late. I'm sorry.
God
that was on you. You could have picked any team.
Oh no.
You just grim reaped your entire dynasty lineup.
Oh, I'm terrified. Okay, well, I had to screw my whole season, but here we are. Yep. Survival football in the books.
God bless.
If you guys made it this far, obviously really appreciate that. Go ahead and follow us at Those Fantasy Dudes. I hope you are not struggling too hard, but if you made any similar decisions to us throughout the season, then maybe you're 3 and 4. But yeah, we need to do better. We are those fantasy dudes. We're not those suck at fantasy dudes, you know?
Fuck. Grind set. Lock in.
Come on.
Grind set. Lock in.
I will say that the title of this episode is Jake Falls to Last Place in Dynasty. So let's give him one more shout out this week.
Huh?
Thanks for joining us, Jake.
We should have you. Last place in Dynasty, Jake. What are you doing?
You fucking suck. Look at you back there, you fucking pathetic loser.
Justin Jefferson.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Ashamed.
Poopy stinky.
Why aren't you selling your team? Like
fire sale.
Pathetic loser.
Damn.
Well, I feel like I'm projecting. Is that weird? Anyway. I love you, Jake. And if you're listening, I really appreciate it. I just got a comment. Lock in. Lock in.
Lock in. It's time. Slink. Let's go.
Dude, it's the fucking 11th hour. Let's go. Try harder. Don't fuck up. Make the right decision. Don't overthink it. And
do better. Fleece your league mates. Lock in. Beat them up.
If you
physically
have to.
harass
if you're
them.
In a family league, collude. Do your best. Collude. All right, everybody.
Cheat, steal, lie. Do whatever you got to do. Lock.
I don't give a fuck if you're in a free league. Cheat.
Thanks for tuning in to Those Fantasy Dudes podcast. Make sure to tune in next week and follow us at Those Fantasy Dudes on Instagram.
I am so dehydrated.
Help.